Good afternoon, everyone. I, Dr. K.V. Ratnamala, on behalf of IIC RBVRR Women's College of Pharmacy, welcome you all for today's session on design thinking, critical thinking, and innovation. So, this session today we are having a speaker, Dr. P.N.E. Naveen Garu, who is working as a head Center of Academic Excellence, NS Raju Institute of Technology, Visakhapatnam. Sir has completed his PhD in the year 2021, and Sir is having almost 41 publications to his credit, and he has attended 6 international conferences and 1 national conferences. He has delivered guest lectures in his field of engineering in Bhimavaram and Rajahmundry. Now, Sir is designated as head of Center for Academic Excellence and a training arm of IQAC, NS Raju Institute of Technology, Visakhapatnam. He is appointed as a lead of Institutional Innovation Council, NS Raju Institute of Technology, since 2023. He is designated as head of the department from period of 2021 to 2023 June, and he is also a chair of Mechanical Engineering Program. And he also worked as departmental coordinator at the time of NAC in GUIDE. He's also having different memberships in his professional bodies like ISTE, IEI, IIIE, SAE, ASME, etc. Today, I welcome Sir to deliver lecture on design thinking, critical thinking, and innovation. We welcome you, Sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Ratnamala, madam, for giving a brief introductory. And good afternoon, all the faculty members, students. So today I have not teach any class or any session. We basically having the knowledge on everyone in the day-to-day life. They are thinking or they are designing or
Hello, Sir.
while we are taking
Hello.
class, regular class works and all the things, right? So the students are belonging to the whether they are engineering or pharmacy or some other field or in the design field. Now the students are feeling that we are not thinking. No, in the regular day-to-day life we are thinking. So depending upon that, how can we solve our own problems? So while coming to the design thinking, why we have to consider the design thinking, whether it is suitable for us or suitable for institute or suitable for other field. No, it is a complete human-centered approach. It helps whatever the technology is available. You grab the technology, you implement or indulge, or you have to emerge into that technology and solve your own problems. So, design thinking helps to solve your own problems, not for business related problems, not for any other academic problems or some other issues. It's own your problem. For example, you are studying pharmacy. In your pharmaceutical things or pharmaceutical field, you are having many problems. Or you are as a student, you are having your own problem. Then how can resolve the problem? Means you have to think. So everyone in the world having their own time, 24 hours. Out of 24 hours, many of the students are in line with the curriculum timetables of your own institute. So based upon that, you are having 8 hours of time or 6 hours of time. Then how much you effectively utilize your time, or 6 hours or 8 hours or more. So everyone having the same time, how can you utilize based upon the situation? Then day-to-day life, you are having so many of works which may be related to the academics, which may be related to the personal, or which may be related to your growth of your career, or which may be suitable, helpful for to learn extra activity, then how can you correlate? How can you indulge? How can you utilize? That is the big challenge. So, for example, you are having a problem. For example, marks, you are reading well, but you didn't get marks. Then how can you solve? How can you overcome? So that helps your development career. So the design thinking mainly focusing how can I utilize for my development or for my institution development or my career. So everyone in the beginning I told that everyone in the world having their own problem. The problem may vary from person to person or from the surrounding to surrounding or field to field. So how can I solve my problem? So in earlier days, we are thinking internally, we feel internally, and finally it may subject to or lead to some stress failure. So finally we are subject to collapse. Now the concept or the ideology is entirely changes. Whenever we hear that nowadays left hand brain, right hand brain, and whenever you're all are belong to science students. So whenever we are sleeping, our brain is working. Even some mosquito, some other examples. Whenever one mosquito came and they are taking blood from ours, simply our brain telling something coming and they are taking something. Then your brain, depending upon the nervous system, you can act accordingly. So now the thought process entirely changes. So whenever we are consider design thinking, not only a single person, with the help of other persons, with the help of other students, with the help of other colleagues, we can solve our own problem. So this can helpful for solving our own problems in a creative manner. So why the design thinking is important and what is the exact the meaning of design thinking? Yes, earlier we use only one person alone, we can sit and we can discuss, we can internally solve our own problem. So which may give perfect 100% perfect result or may not. So how can we judge the things, problems? So whenever the persons are combining to solve one problem, then more opportunities, more chances, more feasible solutions will come. Out of that, we can choose the best solution to solve that particular problem. So, what exact design thinking is? It is the collective or it is the group of ideation, ideologies. And depending upon that, which one is perfectly aligned to our main problem. So, the prototyping helps to solve our complex problems. So the design thinking helps to solve whatever the problem with the help of a bunch of ideas. We can select the optimum or feasible solution to solve our own problem. Then, what is the role of critical thinking? Yes, we believe that the different variety of brains involves, and depending upon that we can choose our optimum or best feasible solution. Then what is the role of critical thinking? Right, whether we selected n number of solutions for a particular problem, how much or how far it is suitable, or how much it is really helpful to resolve the issue, is always a theoretical explanation. Then whenever we are placing inlining this solution to analytical way, analytical concepts, analytical skills, then it is more valuable and it is more appreciable and it is more we are having a less number of chances or we are having more number of chances, then how can we select out of all the solutions is analytically or it is a basic on strategic move is some analytical way we can select pick that solution. So critical thinking always helps the person. Okay, this percentage of confident or this percentage of solution we can expect for this problem, like that we are choosing the critical thinking. So whenever we are considering n number of problems, for n number of problems, for example, whenever we are having m number of solutions, then based upon the availability evidence only we can find it is the best or it is a strong solution for our problem. This picking or this selection of solution is also depends upon the your behavior, your attitude, and finally based upon the statistical way you are selecting your solution. Then where we can apply these design thinking concepts and critical thinking concepts? No, not only belong to business, not only belong to your institution, not only belonging to your academics, anywhere it is a part of life. Nowadays we are thinking globally, we are moving globally changing, we are mainly focusing advanced concepts. Then nowadays it is the internal or part of life. So we are planning what is the problem, how can we solve our problem with the help of different things, different concepts. So depending upon the availability of the technical concepts, we are placing mapping our own problem. Then how can solve, you can select your own solutions. Depending upon those solutions, you can find your solution for the problem. Then what are the challenges and opportunities for considering this design thinking and critical thinking? Yes, whenever alone we are sitting and alone we are solving our own problem, then it is very difficult. I face one problem for me, but the problem may not for other people. For example, I am having the problem, the persons are behind or beside me, they are helping. Okay, this is not a problem. So by doing like this, you can solve your own problem, or they are supporting, they are cooperating, they are encouraging, they are giving some solution to your problem. Then you feel yes, this is the exact solution. So whenever I incorporate this solution, definitely I may success. So that confidence level you increase, that positive vibrations will increase. So finally, definitely you will reach your own goal. So whenever we are observing a running race, one person is running, the other persons are trying to overcome him. But when the beauty is will appears means if all the members equally run with a strong behavior, a strong attitude, a strong confident, then everyone in the race will success. So that is the concept of design thinking. One person is running, other person is planning how to overcome that person. That is not a positive attitude. In race it is suitable, but it is a life. Then we need several multiple thought process out of which best solution how can we choose, and depending upon that solution we may reach or may not reach. If reach, how much it is suitable, That is the critical thinking. So the critical thinking or design thinking helps to improve positivity, positive vibrations. So it also helps empowering the future innovators. If I am good, I am strong, then I only benefited with that thinking process, thought process. If I transfer my knowledge to other persons, if that person is also benefited, then their thought process also changes. So earlier days we hear that you support one person, that person helps to more than three persons, those three persons helps more than three persons, then it is a chain system will form. Depending upon that, majority of the members will be benefited. So the mindset of the members are also changes. So innovators in the world increases. Earlier we heard that we are simply collecting the items or equipments, or we are importing the equipments from the other places. Nowadays, based upon the support, based upon the encouragement, based upon the thought process, we are ready to start up or we are ready to make our own products. So that is the difference. So without any support, nowadays no one in the earth is ready to start their own products, their own challenges. Facing the challenge is also very, very difficult. So when we have support, when we have encouragement, then yes, we are ready to do the things. So nowadays the students are taking the
Hello, sir. Sir, your voice stuck, sir. You're not audible.
also. Nowadays the students are
Hello. Hello. Sir, we can't hear you.
hello.
Yes, sir. Now we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Nowadays, the students are turning or they are trying to start their own startups in line with Digital India, Make in India. So they are utilizing the technology. Based upon the technology, they are ready to. So nowadays, the technology increased. Based upon the technology advancements, the students are benefited. So, in line with our national theme, Digital India, Make in India concepts, nowadays the students are utilizing the concepts. They are we
Hello, sir.
proceed design. Hello,
Yes, sir. Now you're audible. From what it is getting stuck,
madam.
sir.
Okay, okay. Then, what are the laws in the design thinking? What are the how can we adopt? How can we follow? Means we are having three laws. Sometimes we feel that less is more comfortable than the more. So those less will have improvement on our solution or our problems. So less is more. For example, whenever we are considering a cricket match, so at the beginning we are facing okay, no issues. The game cricket match started. Okay, after some overs, it may changes. So compared to the balls, some runs are very, very less. So the runs are not equal to the number of balls. At the time, we feel that Three balls, 10 runs. Then we have curiosity. Two balls is enough to reach 10. Then those two balls may helpful to gain our target performance. Then the two balls is sufficient. So that number, that two depends on our future. So less is more. And like that, last 2% changes than earlier. For example, whenever we are the students, then sitting in the class, learning the thing concepts, noting down in the notes, all things are one step. So at the time of examination, we are performing the same in the examination. Then the entire classwork, that entire days, the entire things will address the future. So that percentage will depends, that percentage will identifies, that percentage will gives what is the future. So last 2% mainly depends upon the what you did earlier. So 2% plays a major role than the previous work. Like that, we have to categorize, prioritize based upon the priority, based upon the importance. You categorize the events. Depending upon that, you choose which one is prioritized. But that small quantity prioritized element will gives extra mileage, extra advantage than the other works. For example, in our day-to-day life, we are having so many works, going class, listening class, and we are taking our own lunch and your personal belongings, whatever it may be. You identify your own problem. You identify out of all the problems which is more effective. You choose that problem. In your day-to-day life, that problem is, that number of problems is very less. You choose, the quantity is less, but the impact is very high. If you solve that problem entire day, you feel very happy. You choose that problem, you solve that problem on prioritize. Going class, which subject is very difficult, you identify that subject, you solve the problems with your colleagues or with your faculty or with your teachers, and finally you complete that course. So that course, you solve that, and finally your happy index is very high. Placing our mind, placing our time on all the works is entirely different. What you feel difficulty you face, your ideology on that, you solve that, then automatically you feel very happy, and your success index is also very high. So these are the three laws in design thinking. Sometimes we feel that small portion, after eating everything in our plate, after small amount of curd, we feel yes, today's my lunch is completed, our breakfast is completed. That portion will give satisfaction to you. So that small element will helps, feels happy. Sometimes a small percentage of support will gives you to complete everything. Sometimes the hard things, hard issues, we resolve the issues, then the entire life will be happy. But all the issues you can share to your neighbors, your friends, your colleagues, and depending upon that ideologies, depending upon the number of solutions, You select, pick one feasible solution, you apply that solution, then automatically your life become very happy. Earlier days, without intimating, without asking permission, without asking the you collect all the feasible solutions. Depending upon that, you select which is suitable. That is your critical thinking. Based upon that, you apply. Finally, you will reach your destination. Then, why need the design thinking concept? So, for example, whenever considering as a pharmaceutical person or some mechanical person or some other person or some soldiers. So we have only one course, that is operation research. In many professional studies, we observe that the course it has a operation research. Yes. So this will guide, this will helps. For example, we are having less amount of tablets and we are having more number of patients. To whom we have to serve? That is the problem. That is the problem identification. Then how can you solve? Those who are severe with the infection, those who are in the almost peak stage, then you select those persons. Initially, you give those tablets to those people, then problem will reduce. If you serve first come first basis, then it won't give or extra mileage or it won't serve the severity or it won't gives the proper decrement in the infection. Then those who are having severity in their problem, they may face the issues. Then how can we give, what is the best way we can resolve the issue is the main important. For example, whenever we are considering the mechanical, we are having n number of missions but m number of operations. For example, we have to consider your own pen. So in this pen, we are having cap and the body and again another part of the pen and refill. Then how can we fix, how can we operate to make this one pen? So number of operations on the missions depends how the pen will produce. So how can we utilize, utilization of the mission is very difficult. So properly we can use the mission without any wastage of time, or simply we are sitting and we are improving the ideal time of the mission without usage of the mission will gives the negative. Then proper utilization of the mission, proper ways procedure, then we can produce more number of pens within the less amount of time. So the time management is very, very important, and the resources utilization is also important. Those concepts earlier available in the operations research. Now the design thinking, you collect the information, exact what they want, at what time we have to serve. Depending upon that, how can we made the products or goods depending upon the customer requirement, how can we produce that in a that how
Sir, you're
can we
not
produce
audible, sir.
per day, how can effectively we can use the machine. So like that, you have to plan. For those particular things, we can consider we need design thinking. Then what are the challenges in that? How can we overcome is critical thinking. For example, whenever we are considering some printers, suddenly the paper jam in the printer. Some other person will come and remove the paper from the printer, means the idle time of the machine is very, very high. The utilization of the machine reduces. This will decrease the efficiency of the printer. Then how can we overcome? Whether we can remove the paper from the printer, or how can we remove? What are the procedure we have to remove? In which way we can remove? In depth, we are collecting the solutions, feasible solutions, and we are implementing which one is better analytically. That gives, that boost your support, your work, and automatically it will helps to work the printer more effectively. Then what are the characteristics that helps the design thinking? Thinking is very difficult? No, it is very easy process. Everyone can use design thinking, not only in the education, not only in the academics, not only in the their benefit, or not only in the other aspects. No, everyone can utilize the design thinking for your day to day life. Also you can use design thinking. It is very difficult? No, it is not difficult. It is a fun, like a chart. We can share our doubts, we can collect the solutions without any hard, without any trouble. It is a fun. It involves enable connecting the people. Without nowadays, many people, many persons are stick to their own mobiles. Mostly all the members, without mobile we can't complete our day. So the relations among the people decreases. For this design thinking, the interactions, the relations between the people increases. It seeks problems actively. Everyone in the world having their own problem. But how can we solve? The finding the solution is very easy. In earlier days, we have so many persons in our home, relations, relatives. They are giving the solution. Okay, you are having that problem. Earlier, I also had that problem, but like this, I solved the problem. You implement. Definitely, you will. That support, that positivity will increase. And the collaboration. For example, you are the belong to the pharmaceutical. I am belong to mechanical. If both the persons combines, your thought process may be suitable in our design. That collaborative. Nowadays we hear many concepts like artificial intelligence. With that, we can solve many of the issues. Machine learning, cloud computing, we can store all the data in the cloud without any problems. Then collaborative work, the drug in the parasite.
are not audible, sir.
Thought process changes from concept to concept. For example, whenever we are considering our own brain, yes, brain is divided into two parts. One is right, one is left. We heard from many members, the right brain works for creative thinking out of box. That is also called out of box thinking. And the normal routine works generally we are using left brain. This is the research. Then always we are unable to use our right brain for always to solve the problems. It is out of box thinking. Sometimes it may work or may not work. If works, then it is a creativity, creative ideology. So right brain works for creative thinking and for general business, whatever day to day is nothing but left brain. And for design thinking, we merge, indulge both two brain concepts, and depending upon those two, we can implement which one is better. Then we adopt, we can collect that data to solve our own problem. So design thinking is nothing but in between center portion of two-sided brain. So with the help of one side, right side gives creativity, another side gives regular routine ideology solution. These two indulging, merging, we can collect one reliable or useful information. That thing is nothing but design thinking. Then, how can comparison or how can is separate from the design thinking from the other thinking processes? How can we consider or how can it helps to solve is nothing but it helps to identify feasible solution with improving the problem, how much percentage it solves. So that prototype information, everything collects and it gives. Depending upon that, whether we can apply the solution or not for our finding problem. So that problem, how much is help to solve that solution? 90%, 99%, 95%. How much it is worthy to solve our own problem. So like that, it helps than the regular thinking process. With this, I'm concluding. If you have any doubts, you can ask.
So we have few questions here.
Okay, madam.
So this is one thing. So what are the three most common innovation challenges in design thinking process?
What is the three most common?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever we are considering positive way, there is a negative way.
Sir, you're not audible, sir. Sir? Yeah, now you're audible, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, now you're audible, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
In design thinking. For me, audible, madam.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what are the most common innovation challenges? So whenever we are having the or which solution is feasible, which solution gives the
So
solution
you're
for
not
our
audible.
problem.
Hello, sir. Sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Your voice is breaking off a lot, actually.
A lot. I think now okay, madam.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. For example, the big challenge. The person is in the train is moving. Our own relative in the platform. Okay. Then how can your ideology may works? Is difficult. It is a hypothetical question. Then you have to plan, you have to inform, or you have to how you communicate. Means the solution is optimal solution is better to pull the chain. Whatever it may be defined, it is the secondary. It is the challenge. What is the final judgment? We can't decide. But which one is suitable? Which one helps in a positive side?
Okay. So we have another
Yes,
question
madam.
here.
Okay, madam.
What's the major goal for goal of design thinking?
Yes, what is the goal of design thinking? Good question. So, for design thinking, there is our own goal. We have to follow. So, we have to reach our own goal. So, with the some
Okay. So
yes,
that's
madam.
all, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for taking your time and giving us a good lecture on design thinking, critical thinking, and innovation. And I also thank our students for patient listening. Thank you once again for accepting our invitation in so short span, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you.